everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Moon Dancer. How you guys doing? Today I am going to talk about solitary versus coven. When we all start out practicing the craft, we have to make that decision. Do we want to be a solitary witch or do we want to be in a coven? Now, each one has its ups and downs, and in the beginning sometimes it can be hard to figure out which way we want to go. And this video here is just to kind of guide you on the right path. And so I will be discussing the ups and downs of both of them. To start off with, I actually wrote down some questions that you can kind of ask yourself, and I have those here. Something to kind of get you to thinking about what's best for you. Do I enjoy being around people or prefer to be solo? Do I want to share my spirituality with others or keep it to myself? Does my partner and or family approve of me joining a coven? Could being a coven affect my job? What role do I usually play in a group setting? Participant, leader, follower, observer? Do I have time to take on a second family? Have I done ritual work or ritual magic? Did I enjoy it? Can I do someone else's style of ritual magic? Let's see. Do I accomplish more solo or in a group? Do I learn more solo or in a group? Is my life too demanding for me to be a member of a coven? Now, those are just some things you can ask yourself to kind of get you started, you know, because it's not always easy finding which way to go. And you have so many options, actually. When you first start off, you can be solitary until you find the right coven for you, or you can stay solitary. You can work with family if you choose to do so. Or say a friend of yours is the one that introduced you to the craft and they're already in a coven. Well, if you want to join a coven right away, then you can do that too. You can also create your own. That's another option. So, I mean, so many options. Well, I'm going to get into the ups and downs of both solitary and coven. I'll start off with solitary first. Some ups about it is, well, number one, you can create your own path, your own practice, your own style. You can work at your own pace, work on your own schedule, and let's see, you can choose to whatever deity you want to work with. You can choose your own, and that goes for spirit guides too. You know, you can choose your own. You don't have to follow somebody else's. Do I have any broom closet witches out there? Well, that's a plus side for if you choose to be solitary, because that's easier to remain a broom closet witch. So that's a plus side. Some downsides would be lack of companionship. If you tend to be more of a social butterfly, you wouldn't get that with being a solitary witch. You can go to pagan festivals, and those are always fun. but you're still lacking that brothers and sisters, like close bonds kind of family, you know, and a second family. You know, you don't have to disown your birth family just to have a coven. That's totally not the case. But there's just, you know, a few of those things, and I guess if you're one that likes to sing and dance in a group, well, you wouldn't get that necessarily solitary. I mean, again, you know, if you go to pagan festivals, you can get that, but you're still lacking those close bonds that you would have with a coven. Now, let's see. So, let's talk about coven now, since we're on that subject. Some ups of being in a coven would be good learning structure. You have so many people that you can learn from, and, you know, like the elders, you know, they have so much experience behind them, and, you know, you can read hundreds of books, but nothing compares to real life experiences with like-minded people, and you're gonna get that with a coven. So, I mean, that right there is cool. Oh, let's see. Again, you know, if you're a social butterfly, you're definitely going to get that with a coven. Covens, you know, they travel together, so you all can go to pagan festivals, and you wouldn't have to worry about, you know, going alone and feeling awkward, like, what am I going to do here? I don't know anybody. I'm kind of all by myself here. You ain't got to worry about that, because if you got a coven, well, most likely your guys are going to be there together, so that helps a lot. And let's see. Well, mention the good learning structure and the experiences, and then you'd also have that brothers and sisters relationship, you know, with close people, and they can also help you stay on top of your spirituality, because whereas if you're solitary, you tend to make excuses. And I know I've done it before, you know, like, oh, I'm just so tired today. I'm just gonna, you know, cleanse my sacred space tomorrow. I'm just too pooped. Whereas in a coven, since you have a family relying on you, you're going to be more motivated to get up. You know, like, oh, I got to get up. My brothers and sisters are relying on me to be there to set up the space for the ritual. So, you see kind of where I'm getting at with the whole motivation thing. Some downsides of being in a coven would be, you know, people get angry and stressed with everyday life. So then if, you know, there's arguments, there's disagreements, you know, and if you have a disagreement with your birth family, you can just ignore them, right? Just walk away. Pfft, I'm just going to go to my room, or I'm just going to go for a walk, you know. If you have a disagreement with somebody in the coven, you more or less have to be an adult, and you have to work it out. You know, even if you have to involve another coven mate to kind of mediate the situation, you know, stay neutral, but try to help you guys solve it. It's not just something, you know, not somebody you can just ignore and, don't mind me. Doesn't work like that. A downside would be is if you're in the broom closet, it's harder to stay in the closet with a coven. I mean, because you're talking about, you know, like a large group, and, you know, even if your community don't know that you're a witch, if you're constantly going to somebody's house that they know is a witch, I mean, they're going to put two and two together, you know? So, I could see, you know, that being a problem for broom closet witches. A huge downside of being in a coven is watching out for the fake ones. And I cannot even stress this enough. You gotta look out for fake ones and for scams. And I have a list, another list to read off to you on their questions, but they're kind of things to look out for, you know, things to ask yourself if you're in a coven and you think something's fishy, if you have any suspicions or anything like that. And I actually have a list for you on that too. Okay. Signs that a coven may not be good for you. That's what I titled it anyway. Does this group claim to be the one and only true way of practicing witchcraft? Are they critical of other groups? Are students discouraged from mingling with other groups or taking classes elsewhere? Do leaders insist that they can teach everything you need to know? When you ask tough questions, are leaders secretive? Are large amounts of money demanded? Now, most covens, well, I'm not going to say most, but some covens, you know, there might be a small fee, you know, just kind of keep maintenance and things like that done, but it should never be like a super high price amount of money. Let's see. Has anyone made sexual advances or claimed sexual activities required? That right there should be big flashing lights, because, yeah, sexual activity should never be a requirement, for one. Yeah. Do leaders require you to perform personal services aside from maintaining the ritual area? I guess this could really mount to anything sexual or other. You shouldn't be required to do, well, any kind of personal services that has nothing to do with, you know, your ritual magic and stuff like that. Do they promise advancement for sexual favors or personal services? Again, none of that should be happening. I mean, if you personally okay sexual activity with like a coven mate, well, that's your choice. But it should never be a requirement, and it should never be like you're gonna advance and we're gonna make you a leader, or, you know, something like that. No. Big no-no. Flashing lights. Let's see here. Is there acceptance for negative magic, magical battles, or destruction of enemies? Yeah, that should probably be like a big flashing light too. I mean, unless it's like darker coven. If that's not what you're planning on getting into, then those should not be even mentioned. Do the leaders claim that their word is law? again, we're the judge. No, that's not how that works either. Big question. Do you get warning signs from your inner bell or your intuition? Folks, if your inner bell is going bing, 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 please trust it and just walk away. If it feels bad, it's probably bad. Get out of there. Because your intuition knows better than, well, better than our eyes. And I'm not even talking about the third eye. I'm talking about how blind we can be as humans. So that's trust your intuition. That's very important. Can't stress that enough. Well, hopefully this gives you an idea of, where to go in your path, which way to turn. I hope this has helped you guys. I hope it's been informative. Stay tuned for another video that I'm going to do. And I had a name for it and I done flipping forgot it. It's going to be a video on if you chose Coven, to be in a Coven. It's just going to be how to find the right Coven for you, how to create a Coven, and Coven life. So if you chose to be in a Coven, well, you'll want to see that video because that'll be the next one. Again, I hope this video has helped. I wish you luck on figuring out your path. I know I wished I had seen a video just like this whenever I started, but I'm actually still a solitary witch. Who knows, I might join a Coven down in the future. I may not. I haven't found one that I want to join, so until then, I'm just gonna remain solitary. Well, you guys have a great day, and I can't wait to see you guys again. Blessed be, and don't forget to dance under the moon.
She's into superstitions, black cats and voodoo dolls. I've got a premonition that girl's gonna make me fall.